Wakanda bangs the drums of war. After Moon Knight's forces attack the stronghold of Wakanda, T'Challa can no longer resist Shuri and the Dora Milaje's call to action. Grieving and enraged, the Black Panther demands to know who has been leaking information about Wakanda to their enemy, and the source shocks him to his core. And a prophecy about T'Challa threatens to upend the war and all Wakandan life. Ultimate Black Panther, Volume 1, Issue 2. A diabolical genius known as the Maker created his ideal Earth by systematically preventing anyone from ever becoming a superhero. To rule his perfected Earth, he placed supervillains in charge of different regions, and together the Maker's councils quietly orchestrated the history of the world. Among them are Ra and Khonshu, collectively known as Moon Knight, who oversee Africa, all but the impenetrable isolated kingdom of Wakanda. Recently, Ra and Khonshu began a campaign of violence across the continent, stirring dissent in Wakanda over whether to fight back. King T'Challa refused to strike in the name of protecting his kingdom from war, though his sister Shuri believed they have a moral responsibility to defend the innocent and vulnerable. But when T'Challa's father was publicly assassinated in the name of Moon Knight, the decision was made. T'Challa is still reeling from the assassination of his father, as the entire nation. The crisis underscores T'Challa's uncertainty in his role as king, given that he has only recently assumed leadership responsibilities due to his limited life experiences outside of Wakanda. In response, he adapts a heavy-handed approach, cracking down on his nation by arresting and interrogating individuals, demonstrating his paranoia about potential threats to Wakanda's security. Surprisingly, T'Challa's worst coping mechanism isn't his authoritarian rule. Instead, he seeks guidance from the Vodu-Khan, despite previously dismissing their beliefs as mystical nonsense. Even Queen Okoye expresses concerns about this decision, cautioning T'Challa that the Voodoo are not loyal to him, but rather to their own interests. Moreover, they predict a prophecy about a woman of light will come into T'Challa's life and bear him a child, which he initially interprets as referring to Queen Okoye. Despite their mutual respect, T'Challa and Queen Okoye's relationship is primarily political and contractual, lacking genuine love. They fulfill their role as king and queen as expected, but their emotional connection remains limited. On the outside perimeter of Wakanda, the Dora Milaje are holding against Khonshu and Ra's soldiers. This Black Panther operates a giant panther-themed mech called the Thorn. Clearly, this mech triumphs over the Moon Knight soldiers, securing victory in battle. However, the war is far from over. After the battle, the rallying cry echoes for Wakanda, my king. Emerging from the Black Panther mech is T'Challa. The battle was won thanks to Shuri's weaponry. Ra and Khonshu are holding a meeting with the traitor from Wakanda who serves as their mole inside the nation. Their primary objective is to acquire vibranium, which explains their relentless attacks on small villages, exposing and possessing the previous resource. Without the mole providing them information, they would be unaware of the location of these vibranium mines. Addressing Moon Knight, the traitor declares probably her lack of fear towards both Ra and Khonshu, emphasizing her strength and courage despite the perilous situation. T'Challa trusts that no one in this room would betray him because they are family and bodyguards. However, he suspects the guilty party must be someone outside their circle, desperate to climb the ranks due to the rigidity of Wakandan society. This idea is planted in T'Challa's mind by Queen Okoye. Generals named Anan and Faxel bring news that they know where Khonshu and Ra are hiding their power sources, having tracked them down their location. Despite their suggestion to rally the troops and march immediately, King T'Challa has other plans, anticipating a trap. Rushing into battle without thinking, his ship malfunctions as he gets closer to Ra and Khonshu, suggesting someone in the inner circle set a trap. Forced to fend for himself, Black Panther faces multiple rounds of Moon Knight forces until a storm brews and electricity strikes down on them, electrifying all of them. Slowly getting up, Black Panther sees a woman made of light, saving him. This woman, the Wind Rider, also known as Storm, is whom the prophecy is talking about, giving Black Panther an heir and saving Wakanda. Next issue, Ultimate Black Panther, Volume 1, Issue 3.